Hello, my name's Dylan, this is Kenya, Manny, and Russ behind the camera. Today we're going to meet with Clarke, Head of Science at RBSC Technical College. Let's have a look, shall we? G'day, Ray. How's it going?
G'day, not bad, Dylan. Thank you.
So I hear you are the Head of Science at RBSC Secondary College.
I am there, although I don't actually look like it at the moment. I'm on the holidays, but yes, I am the Head Teacher of Science at RBSC Secondary College.
Cool.
I've been Head Teacher for about 6 years now, so
really?
I'm getting very, very used to it.
What does that being Head Teacher entail, really?
Mainly, yeah. So I guess we teach the vast majority of our subjects as any other classroom teacher would. So we do what they say a 0.8, so take 80% of a teaching load, and then the other 20% we would spend doing, well, unfortunately, a lot of administrative stuff. But really, the unfortunate part of being a head teacher is that we also have a lot of discipline coming our way. So when there are problems in the classrooms, we often have to deal with those discipline issues, and that is definitely something I don't enjoy doing.
What do you prefer, working in the lab or in the classroom?
I think I like both. I mean, because sometimes theory, I absolutely love teaching theory. It depends what the concept is, and I think when there is a real difficulty in that concept, students trying to understand it, I think that is when I really enjoy being in the classroom to really make sure that they understand it. Saying that, the lab can be actually showing a concept in its physical form is sometimes unbeatable. You can't.
There's nothing more exciting than explosion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, trying to teach about the need for oxygen for combustion, and then actually showing that in a spectacular form in the lab can't be beaten.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As you just mentioned, some of the especially laboratory tasks that you may come across day to day as a science teacher can be quite dangerous. Have you had any near misses?
Yes, I have. So I also teach marine science in the junior years, and we're making yabby tanks. So the first thing we have to do is actually cut a hole out of the top, and unfortunately one of them had not been used for drinking water, but had been used for something a little bit more dangerous, and that was methanol. And when we were actually melting holes to start off our cuts, and the heat from one of these skewers actually ignited the fumes. That was scary.
Yeah, I seem to remember all the dust from the ceiling.
Yeah, from the
everywhere.
sound waves that permeated. Yes, that was a little bit scary.
What do you find the most rewarding about teaching career in science?
I mean, finding students, and when you have and you think you had some impact on their love of science, so meaning if maybe they enjoyed science, but then your teaching meant that they really sort of started to love science as well, or or at least didn't scare them off. That is something that's really rewarding. I think making sure that people go on and really start doing science when they're older, and think that's a great thing to do. But also just sometimes those little breakthrough moments you have with students when they are learning something, and then they're like, oh yes,
get it,
I finally get it, I actually understand. That's also a very rewarding part of science, while teaching in general. I'm sure whether an English teacher, science teacher, would be the same. So yeah. But no, those are pretty good.
Yeah. We have some news on the hotline here, so you might take that.
I see. I've heard some disturbing news, actually. Just come in.
What is this? I
hear you're actually a University of Sydney graduate.
I am. It is. It's a shocker, isn't it? I know, but I've sort of discovered my wayward ways, and I've start coming around. I know that University of New South Wales is an excellent uni. so some say. No, it is. I really enjoyed that time at Sydney Uni though. It
So
was,
what did you study? What was your degree?
I did just a Bachelor of Science,
Mhm.
and then I majored in actually geology and biology, and then they didn't really call it a minor. They didn't go on the transcript, but I did a minor in chemistry as well. So I finished my first degree, and then I thought, well, what am I going to do? My mum was a science teacher. She was, I mean, not a science teacher, she was a teacher, and sometimes I wonder why I'd ever become a teacher. When she came home wanting to pull her hair out sometimes, going, oh, those kids, you know, and she'd be like, but she must have come home enough times and, you know, talked about it sort of in a good way that I thought, you know what, maybe I'll become a science teacher. So after my science degree, I then went and did a Master of Teaching at University of Sydney. So I enjoyed that as well.
How would you compare, like just talking like between you and your girlfriend, the job security difference? Like you're at a school, you're head of science now. I don't know about that.
No, that's a really good question. I mean, I do have a lot of job security, particularly working for the Department of Education. Really, if I didn't want to move and I wanted to, and I am quite content at the moment being a head teacher of science, I really love it. And I could sort of stay doing that for the foreseeable future, you know, but whereas as a research scientist, it's, you know, you're constantly looking for grants.
You say that like in the foreseeable future, you think that, you know, you're content with where you are here, you like it, but like 5 years from now, how do you see this maybe job changing?
Yeah.
Like, is that kind of your only option, or do you see yourself maybe?
Yeah, it's a funny thing with teaching because as a classroom teacher, you can move up to being a head teacher, so and supervise a department, so like I am now. And then beyond there, you then kind of the next career progression in education is to move up to a deputy. And the problem with that is you then stop teaching the subject you love, you know, and the subject I love is science, and then I move up to deputy and no longer would I be teaching science, and that would be, for me, almost unfathomable. Why would I do that?
We've heard a fair deal about this marine lab that you've been working on, the marine science that you love teaching, so would you care to show us?
Yeah, so over the last sort of 6 years, it's become a bit of a labour of love. I've been building a marine lab down in the car park, so may as well take you guys down and have a look.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They look like those blackfish, whatever you get.
Yeah, so I'm just
Like you see them all around.
Yeah.
Okay, so between like working, teaching and building these labs, surely you don't really have much time for personal life?
In my spare time, I surf. So that's what I've been doing this morning before I came and spoke to you guys. I went out, didn't have much success, I must say, but I went for surf, and then I also actually when I say I build, I actually build things for fun.
Very hands-on stuff.
I'm not the type of person that can sort of sit for too long and do not much. So.
I think final question, do you have any pearls of wisdom for like students currently studying science?
I don't know whether I'm old enough to start giving pearls of wisdom,
Maybe just wisdom.
but yeah, or even that, I don't know. But actually, the one thing I would say is, no matter what you end up doing, whether it's in science or in any other aspect of your life, make sure you enjoy doing it. So with your job, you spend, by the end of your life, you spend an inordinate number of time doing that job. So make sure whatever it is, you do something you enjoy.